Hey to all my hustlers out there. This is Eleanor with the Entrepreneur Hustle, where we're sharing tips and insight to a community of entrepreneurs who are hustling towards success. And today, I wanted to send a tip out as we headed into the weekend to remind all of my entrepreneurs out there hustling that it is okay to not be okay, right? We are facing some monumental times. Things have never happened like this. Economies have never been shut down like this. Businesses have never been shut down like this. And if you are worried or concerned or anxious or afraid or fearful or pissed about your business not being okay, it's okay to carry all of that, okay, and deal with it and have it be your space right now. I'm not okay. Because we talked about hashtagging check on your entrepreneur friends, but if your automatic response is, I'm okay, no one understands your pain, no one really gets some insight into what you're dealing with, it's very difficult for people to help you. So here are my tips to making sure that you are at this time when you're not okay, which is okay, that you are really working on helping yourself, right? And the first thing to remember is that you can't go back. There's no magical time machine that you can take now that will get you back to a pre-COVID point. You can't go back and make different decisions. Perhaps you should have hired that employee that you didn't hire. Perhaps you should have done your taxes before and you didn't get a chance to do them. Perhaps you should have taken on a client you didn't take on. I know you can get stuck in that. If I had just taken a different path, I would not have ended up here. But who knows? All things done differently, you could have ended up in the exact same moment, the exact same space. So release yourself from it, right? You can look back all you want, it won't change anything. So feel free to start embracing what is the now and looking for opportunities for the future, right? So step one, the back to the future dream that we have, it won't happen. Accept it and let's move on to what is now, right? You're not feeling good. Take the time to invest in your space to feel better. If that is talking to a counselor, there are a lot of virtual and online resources. We'll be sharing some of them just later today. If you need to reach out and talk to a friend or make a new mentor or perhaps join a virtual group that is for business owners that can speak to needs and concerns that are identical to yours. Perhaps you don't feel comfortable talking to someone in your family or friends because their experience may be so different. Find the resource that you need to give you the outlet that is positive and beneficial to you. So once you accept you can't go back, dealing with the now is where it's okay to not be okay, right? And the last but not least thing about going forward is you can feel mad and feel sad and have all these emotions about the right now and still feel positive about the future. But you don't have to fake the funk. If you're feeling in a mood, you don't have to trick yourself out of it. You do have to continue to push towards action, but you can feel how you feel in your space and no one can tell you not to feel that way. So maybe it's just like I said, going back and finding a counselor or a group where you feel free to share that space. No one can take that space away from you. You don't have to always be cheery, but you have to keep moving, right? We can't just stay stuck in this space, even if we feel the world isn't moving. So those are my tips to being in a space where it's okay to not be okay. Being frustrated, being angry, being scared are a part of the times that we live in now, and dealing with them is the best way to move forward. Those are our tips for the day. Stay tuned for some really important mental health tips from a mental health therapist, a real expert on the subject. And like, share, and subscribe to Entrepreneur Hustle, and make sure to tune into our tips weekly as we really tune into the needs to make sure that we are hustling hard. Thanks.